What's up, Beast? This is Donnie Tudall. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the different tools that I incorporate into my programs on Beast Athletes University and what different things mean and kind of a quick rundown on each implement. There is a tool for every job, and with the sport of powerlifting and the strength sports in general, it truly works better when you use the correct bar. You don't want to be doing, an Olympic movement overhead with a deadlift bar because it's not going to spin, different things like that. So what I'm gonna do is the different bars, the different attachments, and just some different tools that we use. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the safety squat bar. This will be on your program as SSB. So that's this right here, it's done by Rogue. The Rogue version of this is 70 pounds. The point of this is to take a lot of pressure off your shoulders. A lot of people can't get in the correct position to hold the squat bar correctly on their back. This is a very good way to take pressure off of that, and it also loads you differently. This will destroy your quads. So that's what this bar is. That's what it looks like. Nothing too crazy. This is a very, very important piece though. You get this bar right here. This is an Olympic lifting bar. It is a 44-pound bar, and it has free spinning bearings in it. So the bell part of this will actually spin very, very easily. The way you tell the difference between an Olympic lifting bar and a power bar is two main things. An Olympic bar actually has two rings here. The power bar only has one. Two rings, one ring. Olympic bar has no knurling in the middle. The power bar does. So those are two things. Some other finer details, like I said, the bells spin really, really quickly. So they're free spinning ball bearings. That's why these spin differently. And also, if you grab onto the bar, you're gonna notice this doesn't have, the Olympic bar doesn't have nearly the gnarling and the grip that the power bar does. The Olympic bar is actually gonna have more whip to it. So when you pull off the ground, it has some give. The power bar won't have that. So that's the difference between the power bar and the Olympic bar. Very rarely in my programs will you be using the Olympic bar unless you are on one of my CrossFit hybrid programs or you're doing a weightlifting program where we're incorporating Olympic movements consistently. Even on those programs, I want you using power bar for power movement, which would be bench, and squat if you don't have a squat bar. And then for these movements, for your Olympic, snatches, cleans, and jerks, you're gonna be using the Olympic bar. Now, I will leave it up to you. If you don't have access to a deadlift bar, you can use the stiff power bar or you can use the Olympic bar. That's your choice. Each one has its advantages. That's for a different video. The next bar we got, the squat bar. This is a 55-pound bar or 25-kilo bar. It's wider, as in thicker, it's longer, and it is heavier, obviously. It has a very, very thick patch of knurling in the middle. The rings are going to be, though, at the same width as the rings on the bar, on the power bar. No different there, but it is a longer, thicker, heavier bar. So if you can get a hold of one of these, they're phenomenal to squat for or to use while you're squatting, and we use them in USPA meets. Very, very, very helpful, especially once you get loading up some of the heavier weights. The next bar is a deadlift bar. Okay, so it's gonna be a little bit longer bar, longer and wider than the power bar, same width almost as a squat bar. Now the bar itself is going to be more narrow. It's going to be a thinner bar. No knurling in the middle. Single ring will be in the same spot as the power and the squat bar. All USPA and all powerlifting bars, the rings will be in the same spot from the center. It's going to be the same amount of inches from the center. So this has a ton of whip to it. 44-pound bar, ton of whip. You can rip them off the ground, and if you can get a hold of all three of these bars, power bar, squat bar, deadlift bar, you are set for bench, squat, and deadlift in the USPA, or if you're a USAPL lifter, all three of them are right here on your power bar. So get a hold of a power bar. You got Texas, you got Kabuki, you got Rogue, has their whole line of them. There's a lot of good options out there. So those are the 5 different bars that are kind of incorporated into the style of training that I'm doing right now with you guys. You guys won't really find anything else on there. There's no Duffalo bar and there's no trap bar movement yet. But once there is, we'll incorporate a video with those introduced on them. One of the biggest questions I get asked though, on a consistent basis is wide grip, parallel grip, close grip. What do these different things mean? So, parallel grip is when your palms are facing in like this. So if you held a bar in each one, they'll be parallel to each other, like an equal sign. Okay, this is not parallel, parallel. So this is going to be, when you hold on here, parallel grip, pull down. Nothing too crazy. This, though, some people call this a T-bar. Now, I've heard it called a few different things, so what I did was I just came up with something simple. Parallel grip, close grip. That is this bar. T-bar, parallel grip, close grip. That's how we're gonna label that. That's the correct bar. Now, if I said wide grip or WG, parallel grip, PG, pull down, wide grip, parallel grip, pull down. Now, if it is a close grip pull down, you can either use this bar and have your hands normal, palms facing away from you, or you can use the standard lat pull down bar and put your pinkies on the first knurling ring. Same thing, palms facing away from you. Now, if we go wide grip, and it's just wide grip pull down, widen your hands out for the normal lat pull down. So, you got a couple different options on how you can utilize those pieces. Nothing too crazy though. Once we get into the tricep movements, I have two things programmed on there. We can use a rope tricep, which is super, super, super simple. Not only for triceps, but actually, if you are doing a lat push down, you're going to hold on to that, and you're going to pull down like this. That's a lat push down. Lat pull down, lat push down. That's the difference. This is a tool used for that as well. I'm gonna refer to this in my program as an angled bar. So this is 90 degrees. We use it a lot for triceps. It's a much, you can load up the weight a lot more on this bar. And that's just what we use. That's the terminology that we are using within our program. You might hear something different elsewhere. That's okay, that's what we're going to use. Easy bar, not a ton in there. We'll only use it for curls. If you need a lighter bar than one of the barbells for an upright row, go ahead and use that as well. Nothing too crazy. When we are warming up, we use monster walks. This is the band that we use for monster walks or X steps. Okay, this is called a hip circle. It's done by slingshot. You toss it on your ankles. You can X step like this, or you can have it on your ankles and you can do the monster walk. Hip circle done by slingshot. It's a great tool. There's a few other companies out there doing it too. And like every fit chick in the world has their own brand of booty band, whatever the hell they want to call it. Grab something that's resistant, similar to that. That's just what we use. Moving on. We do have a lot of 2 and 3 board bench. So, benchblocks.com, these guys are phenomenal. They've got them all marked on there. You get this, you got 2 board, 3 board, 4 board, 5 board capability with this. You click it on there, you can do it by yourself or with one spotter. A little bit more old school version, okay? So 2 board, 1 board, 3 board. It's how many 2x4s are stacked on top of each other. This is a 2 board. So 1 2x4, 2 2x4s. These are obviously not 2x4s, but that's where it came from. How many 2x4s are being stacked on top of each other? That's how that came along. So legitimate 2x4, these big old paddles, and then we got bench blocks. So it's progressed a little bit, but these are some of the tools you can use. I've seen people do them differently. If you guys have a different way you do it, send it my way. I'm actually super curious to see what the different ways people use those are. Those are great for overload training. That's why we use them. Another good overload training tool. There's not a lot of slingshot programmed in, but there is a little bit. This is a slingshot. It's also done by, go figure, slingshot. You toss this thing on. This is a 2X, so it's going to be a little snug on me. You come down, you bench, you press. Now it's going to just absolutely fill this thing off your chest really quickly. And it's not going to be as much help at the top, so it's a great overload piece. But if you are somebody struggling with shoulder pain, or you have somebody in your family struggling with shoulder pain, this is a great way to relieve that shoulder pain. You can do push-ups, anything like that with the slingshot. So keep that in mind for tools like that. Personally, I can fit a double XL. I can squeeze into an XL. I like to go a size bigger though, because I'm not so concerned about just having to fly to the top. I want a little help off the chest, and I really want to overload the top. So personally, in my opinion, you should go a size bigger than what you fit. Last but not least, This is a wagon wheel done by Slingshot, taken over by Rogue. This is a great way to do block pulls. You toss this thing on a barbell, it is 45 pounds just like normal, and it gives you, I think, a 3-inch block. So if you have capabilities to have these, use it. Use it for your block pulls. If not, you can set a bumper plate on the ground just like this and set the weight on top of it, and you can pull from it. But if you're in a gym and you don't have this, bug the hell out of your gym owner to buy one. They're only a couple $100 and they're really, really, really helpful. So what we're gonna do one more time. Right over here, we got safety squat bar, an Olympic lifting bar, power bar, squat bar, deadlift bar. This bar, wide grip, parallel grip, pull down. Close grip, parallel grip, pull down. Angle bar, just a rope tricep, hip circle, slingshot, normal lat pull down, easy bar, wagon wheel, and then 2 variation of bench blocks or boarded pressing. If you guys have any other questions, please comment below. Thanks for tuning in. This is Beast Athletes University. Don't forget to subscribe and like. If you want to follow us on Instagram, you can find us at beastathletesuniversity.com. You can follow me personally at Donnie_Montana40. And don't forget to check out our podcast on Spotify. It's called Beast on the Mic. We're going over a ton of different topics. This week I'm going to be talking about the last month, how I've been eating a vegan diet, and the adventure that has been. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Talk to you soon.